YouTube, Puff and Snuff here. Ian, checking in as always from beautiful Northeast Ohio. Back tonight with another Snuff review, and we are talking about Toque Ginger. When I ordered this, I don't want to say I was skeptical, but my hopes were not exactly sky high. And I don't really have a reason for it. I didn't know how ginger would play in a snuff, but I'll tell you, I've been really pleasantly surprised. I am super happy with this stuff. And there weren't a lot of reviews out there on it. I think when I looked around YouTube, I think I found one. I think it was Tony Snuff had done a review. So there wasn't a whole lot of kind of basis, for any kind of groundwork on this stuff. Which maybe that's a good thing. Form your own opinion before someone forms it for you, I guess. But anyway, in the tin, it is that typical light brown Toque color. It is the typical Toque medium fine grind. It is the typical Toque medium dry moisture where it will stick to your finger, but it doesn't pill and it just kind of dufts right off. Incidentally, that kind of typical Toque grind, for me, I had a lot of trouble with it when I started really getting into snuff. Had a real hard time taking it and controlling the throat hit. So I don't know if that meant I was just a really bad beginner, or if maybe some of the Toque line, maybe you want to get a few of the moister, coarser grinds under your belt before you dive into them. But once you get them down, it is well worth it. I think Toque, generally speaking, is an excellent line of snuff. For me, it's right up there with Old Mill as far as lines of snuff worth kind of diving into and working your way through the catalog. Anyway, in the tin, plenty of ginger. It's kind of strange. It's not like super ginger, like fresh grated ginger root, but it's kind of like ginger ale, but a little more gingery than ginger ale. And it almost has, and this is going to sound really strange, but if you try it, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. There's almost a sort of effervescence in the tin. Not that this is carbonated snuff, that would be insane, but it kind of has that sort of feeling to it. So we're just going to take this just a pinch right out of the tin. Oh, is that nice? It is a nice little shot of ginger right in the nose. There's a good bit of burn here. That's probably more due to the ginger, I think, than the nicotine. Although there is some nicotine presence, you can kind of feel that little pulsing going on here in the sides of the nose. The aroma is very fresh. It's very bright. This to me is a hard one to describe to someone who's never tried it, but I'll give it a shot. This is not, to me, a citrus snuff in any way, but I think ginger has some qualities that are somewhat citric in nature, so you get kind of a citrusy, but at the same time, it's not a floral snuff, but ginger has some certain kind of floral qualities to it. So you get kind of that, while it absolutely is like ginger, and it really is like a almost like a slightly concentrated ginger ale aroma in like a dry, concentrated ginger ale in a way. It's not sweet. It's not like a sweet, drink. It's definitely a dry. And the ginger comes across the way it's kind of herby, kind of floral. The citrus nature of ginger itself almost comes across as being similar to me in a way to bergamot. And while I would never mistake this aroma for bergamot, I think they have a lot in common. And for me, when I think medium fine, dry-ish, bergamot-ish kind of snuffs, I instantly go to, the world of the SP. And I think this has, while I don't think you'd ever mistake the two scents, I think this has a lot in common with some of the better SPs out there, which to me means Wilson's Tom Buck / Queen's Extra, McChrystal's SP, to the point that without hyperbole or exaggeration, I could very easily, because I like the scent of this so much, and because it covers a lot of the ground a good SP covers, but it brings that effervescent ginger quality to it, I could see myself reaching for this instead of an SP when I'm in an SP sort of mood. I've taken a good bit of this, and I haven't had any clogging issues. There is virtually no drip to it. I find that the scent is a bit more persistent than a lot of the other Toque snuffs. As much as I like Toque, the Coke, raspberry, grapefruit, these are some of my favorite Toque snuffs. The scent is fleeting. It's there, and it's real, and it's delicious, and it's gone. This sticks around a little longer. So this hits every note that I would have, if I did go into this with high hopes, it would be hitting every single note I'd hoped that it would hit. So at the risk of sounding over the top with this, to me, this is for me, like an all-time top 5 snuff, period. I'm still kind of in the phase in snuffing where I still want to try a little bit of everything, and I have a lot of stuff yet to try that is on the list, and the list is long. But I envision getting to a point with snuff where I've kind of reached with pipe tobacco, which is to say, I'll always want to try some of the new snuff or new stuff that is coming out, but I know kind of my go-tos, and I know what I want to always have on hand. And I think, Viking Dark and Sam Gawith Black Coffee and Old Mill Evangeline and Toque Ginger, honestly, if you told me that's all I could ever have, I'd probably be a happy man. So, I mean, we're doing here, 3 pinches in the span of 2 minutes? I can't get enough of it. I really can't. Look, my book, this is a 10 out of 10. I don't know why this doesn't have more buzz than it does. I don't know why this seems to be as relatively unpopular. Maybe it's not that it's not liked. Maybe it's just that people are seeing ginger and for whatever reason not giving it a shot. Look, if you like SPs or if you like ginger, or you're just looking for something maybe kind of a fresh take on snuff, guys, give this a shot. I don't think you're going to find that you've wasted your money. And if you do find that you've wasted your money, send me a message. I'd be more than happy to take it off your hands. 10 out of 10, Toque Ginger. Try it. It is wonderful. That is all for me for tonight. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you around.